As you can see, the garage is coming along nicely, but now I have to do something with that concrete floor. Now, I don't want it to take too long, so I don't want to do an epoxy floor. And I got a company, Modulux.ca, that sponsors a project for a video, so let's check it out. Modulux is a modular floor that you just slap onto your concrete floor, and it looks perfect right away. As you can see, you can barely see the concrete underneath. It doesn't matter the angle that you're looking at it. For this build, I choose the green and the light gray, but there's lots of colors to choose from. Now, each tiles measure 15 3/4 per 15 3/4. Now, those tiles are interlocking, and the neat thing about it is there's groove all the way around. If you bring something that have wet snow or anything like that, or it's raining and your car is dripping or anything's dripping on it, then it'll go right through. So you're not there stepping into snow or slush. The neat thing about it too is the surface are all rounded. So it's nice and comfortable to stand on. Now, you can cut that using a jigsaw or a knife. I probably will use a jigsaw. I have a bit that I'll show you later on that I'm going to use for that. The same bit that I used to cut plexiglass, but that was in my other channel, fish room channel, where I cut plexiglass lid. Now, for the edge of your garage, there's those nice taper pieces that are exactly the same length as those tile. Now, all of the tile have those lock here like this, and those all fit into groove. So you're just going to do any tile or any end piece, just goes like this, and you just push it in and it just clicks. So you'll end up with a nice hedged finish close to your garage door. As you can see, there's different side of those tile. So there's two sides that are completely flat and two sides that have the locking clip. So those are all the side with the holes. And then on the other side, the flat side, this is actually where you're gonna find all those clips that are clipping into the other tile next to it. Now, if you're using the taper piece, I would start by the garage door area so that you finish and have the hook at the edge in order to clip those pieces in, because at the end of the garage, it doesn't matter. Now, to fit those together, you can either push them by hand or you can use a rubber mallet. So for this, I would actually do the edge before you put the tile in, and then line it up with your garage door. For this build with a single car garage, I actually end up ordering 6 boxes. To cut the tiles, I ended up finding that it was way easier to use a circular saw or a skill saw instead of a jigsaw. So one of the tricks that I find to line up everything and make it go more square, you actually want to start hitting by the center of the tile, like this, on each end, and then that will line up your corner so that your clips are all at the right spot. Just like that, they're way more easier to tap in. So, what do you guys think of this floor? Is it not amazing? So after we're done installing all the garage tile, we have lots of cutout left over from both tiles. So what to do with it? Well, let's put them to the test. I hit them with the hammer hit them with the slush hammer, drive over top with the truck, lift the truck with the jack, and see what happens. So the heaviest part of the pickup truck is underneath the hood where the engine is. So we're gonna drive on top of it and shake the wheels and see what happens. So if we just drive right on top of it, nothing is happening. The tile, there's no damage at all at the top. It's the bottom. No damage at all at the bottom either. Now let's bring it back, park on top, and shake the wheel back and forth. See if there's any damage to it. It's sliding from the top, so I don't expect to see any damage at the top. What about the bottom? A little bit at the bottom, but really like not much. Now let's see what happens if we try to jack up the truck. Will those caster wheel actually dig into it? Break the plastic tiles. Okay, I cannot go farther than this with this jack, but let's see what's going on here. So actually the casters are starting to go right into the tile and deforming it. The back caster don't seem to have affected anything, but the front are definitely in. So definitely the back of the jack, the casters, didn't affect any of the tile. There's no damage at all on there. Well, maybe a little bit of mark right here, but that's about it. The front casters did quite a lot of damage to it. You can see all the hand dent in here. It's pretty much flattening it out. Let's see about underneath. Oh yeah, underneath all of the tabs have bent on each side. So I would definitely suggest that if you're going to jack up your truck or car or anything like this onto those tile, put a piece of plywood on top first to kind of spread the weight, or a piece of steel so that it's more even. Or just use a jack with a flat base on it, which also going to distribute the weight a little bit more. Now let's test the tile with a hammer and a 10-pound sledgehammer, and this is going to show us what would happen if you're carrying something heavy and you drop it on the tile. What can you expect? So we'll do a hit on this side with the hammer first, see what happens. So the one hit with the hammer, I actually hit the bar here. So you can see that there's a little indent into it, but not too bad. Now I'm going to try to hit just here and see how it will handle it. Okay, so again, little indent. Looks like there's a little crack in here. Underneath, it bent a little bit, but it's not too bad. Now I had this going onto this bar, but also it was reinforced by the bar underneath. So I'll try to hit another spot in between the bars and see what happens. Oh, let's do it again. So it handled it pretty good actually. Just the one hit like this. You can see a little white line into it, but nothing is actually cracked or broken. Now let's do the 10-pound sledgehammer on this side, and I'll hit it as hard as I can with it. Now I put lots of dirt on it. Let's wipe this for a second and see what kind of damage we have here. Actually, the damage from the sledgehammer is still the same, about just a little indent here. So this is kind of flat and it goes back up here. But there's nothing crack anywhere. Let's do it again more on this side and see if it makes a difference if there's not that run into the center. Okay, so now it actually broke on the side here because this got squished and turned, and then it kind of have a little bit of damage on the side, but it didn't break those fins. Now, when you put your tiles together, it's going to be stronger than just the hedge here, because as you're running everything, both tile have that hedge running together into the center. So it should be double the strength. Let's try to hit it right here in the center and see what happens. Same thing as before, little bit of indent here. Nothing. It looks like the plastic got weak because there's a little white line into it, but nothing is broken. Now, how's underneath? So underneath, all of those little tab went flat. But now you have to see, even though there's lots of damage on this tile, from my point of view, when I'm not bent down and I'm standing up and I looked at the tile, it's very hard to see that there's any damage to it. This is the view from standing up. You can see a little bit like at the edge there, but the rest of it, it just looks like it's dirty a bit. And you can even see here when I actually, because I put tiles underneath the stairs instead of cutting all the way around, and when I drag them, I actually made some scratch onto those tile, and there's no way I would be able to tell you which tile is scratch, if it's the gray one or the green one, because yeah, I cannot see if I don't go on my hands and knees. So I would definitely say that those tiles are a good investment, even though, you know, you can damage it if you drop something heavy on it, or if you're trying to jack up your vehicle. For my garage, I'm going to jack up ATVs in here, dirt bikes, so nothing too heavy. Now I have lots of pieces of sheet of plywood that I can put underneath. Now that was expected because this is still like plastic tile. Two big thing that I have to tell you about those tiles though, it's I try to wear like bare feet on it, and because the hedge are rounded, it's actually comfortable. Even if you're kneeling down, it's not too bad on the knees. So I was really surprised about that. I didn't feel that I could walk bare feet in here before, but now I can. And the other advantage that you have is all the little debris, like if you're cutting wood or anything like this, is going to go in between it. So you're not getting anything stuck in your feet when you're walking. And if you're using a vacuum from the top, it will suck in all of the dirt through the groove. So you can still use a leaf blower or a vacuum to vacuum everything, and it should remove most of the dirt. And when you're actually standing up, looking down, you don't see any of the dirt or anything that's into those groove here. Now, I didn't paint the concrete floor underneath. I could have done that, but I didn't feel that I had the need for it. The other thing too, it's when I bring the snowblower inside the garage into the winter after snow blowing the driveway, when the snow's melting, it's gonna go right through, and the water is going to just sit underneath and evaporate nice and slow. And then like that, I can walk in here and I'm not going to track mud or snow or anything back into the house with me. If you're interested in those tiles yourself, I will have a link in the description to the Amazon website. It's an Amazon affiliate link, and I also have an Amazon storefront where you can also find them. All right, we'll see you in the next video.